What's up, y'all? CTG RRED. We here, Rap Sardines. About to get this interview popping. Let's go. Black.
Gangsta bougie.
Tolerance, I got a lot, but I can stand the bitch. Confidence, cause I'm a top and you so swear to dick. No, I can be hit when I pull up, they be choosing. Stuck in my ways, yeah, I call it gangsta bougie.
So I grew up in a town called Richmond, Ohio, right outside of Cleveland. Went through like a lot of trauma as a kid. I had got adopted like 2, and just went through like a lot of shit, tight shit. You'll see like a lot of that shit in my music, like a lot of pain shit, or trauma reflecting. I ain't really like listen to no rap growing up. I listened to like more like rock, like Third Eye Blind, Sublime, Red Hot Chili Peppers and shit like that. Nirvana, big huge Nirvana fan. But as I got like older and shit, like I guess you could say I like 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne, Drake. Drake was like a huge. I was like a huge Drake fan. Still am. Kendrick, don't get mad about that. But yeah, I was like a huge Drake fan. Like recently, lately, last couple years, like more like NBA YoungBoy, like No Cap. I fuck with No Cap heavy. NBA YoungBoy, Polo G. A lot of Pain artists. You know what I'm saying? Cause I can like reflect on a lot of that shit. Like I said, I never really like listened to rap growing up. I was more like a rock kind of guy. And like growing up as a kid, like I played guitar, I played piano. Like I learned how to play guitar when I was like 7. Played piano when I was like 13. One of my neighbors, like my parents like asked me what I wanted for Christmas one time. I was like 7 years old, and I seen this magazine and I seen this guitar and I was like, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want that. So, you know, my older sister, because I told you I was adopted or whatever, and she ended up getting that, like a small little kitty guitar, like about as big as my leg right now. But like, I was outside like playing it, you know, and they used to get tired of hearing me. Like, used to be like, hey, listen to this. And I'd be like, listen to my Mexican song, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'll play it, and they'd be like, oh my God, that's just horrible. So, you know, my neighbor heard me, and he actually played guitar. Older cat, you know, more like Neil Young, House of the Rising Sun type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my parents, they country and shit like that. So like, they were like, oh, perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can teach them how to play the songs that we fuck with. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like he heard me, he like, you know, he seen how dedicated I was. Like every day I'd be on the porch playing the guitar or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So he like, if you really want to play, I'll teach him for free. Like he wasn't gonna charge my parents, nothing like that, you feel me? So he had took me in, and I used to be over there every day at the school. He would teach me a chord. So every day I learned a chord or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He taught me how to tune the guitar first, and I played guitar. I learned fast. In a year, I knew every kind of guitar chord that you know. Like, started learning how to play by ear. Like, I hear something on the radio, I'd be like, oh, that's G major. You know what I'm saying? That's A minor. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I could play it by ear. So, you know, like a lot of pop songs and stuff like that, like Bruno Mars and, you know, just a lot of pop artists around that time. Like, I learned their songs and shit like that. And then I won my first talent show when I was like 11 or something. But yeah, I grew up playing guitar, piano, folk, pop, rock, and then as I got older and more rebellious, because like rap was like forbidden in my household. Like if you turn the rap station on, you know, my parents coming in there like, what you got going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I started getting more rebellious, hanging out with different people, whatever. And that's when I started like listening to rap. Like I started listening to rap around that time, about like 13, 14. Started experimenting, doing different shit, whatever. And that's when I started like listening to rap and developing as an artist, you know, going through a lot of pain stuff. uh, again. But like I said though, I love all music, all genres. So like I just kind of like incorporated that into my own style. Shit, like when I was like 7, like I said, I went in that magazine and I seen that guitar and it was like over with after that. So at 7 years old, I knew right then and there, I was gonna be, or that was my passion. Like, I didn't even feel right. Every single day I had to play the guitar and sing, and that was just it. I wouldn't have been the same, or I can't be the same person without music. Like music and me is like one. You know what I'm saying? So it's no the CTG RRED without music, not just rap. Like this. Period. I consider myself more an artist than a rapper. When I write songs, I can't just like I literally got to be in the mood. Like, and I'm usually always in the mood. Like, there's always something for me to write about. But I'm best at writing when I'm going through something. Like, I got to be going through something. Like, it could be like it could be a high of me just getting money that day, or it could be like some pain shit. Like I got to be feeling something, and I feel something every day, so it's really not hard for me to write, to be honest with you. But when I write, it's either me playing the guitar, playing the piano, listen to a beat, and I literally got to be like I said, I got to be feeling something at that point in time. But that's basically my writing process. And like I'll sit there for hours and hours and hours. And I'm more of a perfectionist though. Like it's not like a one and done with me. I'll write a song and I'll go back and be like, nah, I don't like that word. I might want to use something different, you know what I'm saying? Or be like, I don't like that melody. I'll change the melody up. But like with me, it's more like it's an art for me. So, I take my time with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't just rush anything. I'm very, 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 very OCD when it comes to like writing music. I like to be by myself. I don't like to be surrounded by like a whole bunch of people when I'm writing. I don't like distractions. Um, it could be like the simplest tick, 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 water dropping or something like that. Like, I mean, sometimes that's melodic to me. It depends, to be honest with you. But like I said, I don't like distractions. I like to be by myself. I like to be isolated. Um, like my girl, she hates it. I be at the house, and I run a business. A lot of you know. Uh, but like even like a hard day at work, I'm like literally swamped. I'll come back home and I'll be like, I'll have something stuck in my head, and I'll come back and I'll be like, I'll just lock myself into my den. You know what I'm saying? I'll lock myself into the man cave. My girl come in. I'll be like, no, 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 no. I'm writing right now. And she was like, oh, like if people come over, my girl would literally tell him, "Do not go in there. Like, don't go in there, because he's riding right now. He's in his mode, and he will snap." And I'm just like that. Like, when I'm riding, I just got to be isolated. I got to be away from everybody. I don't like to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just me, my thoughts, and like I said, it's like an art for me. So, like, I'm like Beethoven. Like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even really remember what he says, but I know that he's like one of them people that was like, I think he was deaf, right? Was he deaf? He was deaf? He was? Yeah. So like, but I think that he was like the deaf person that could feel like sound and vibration. Oh yeah, that was Bot. No, okay, whichever one it was though, I remember that they like that particular pianist was like, when you walking in the room, they could feel it. Like they couldn't hear you, but they could feel it. They're like, ah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's me though. Like I'm very, very, very grizzly and aggy when it comes to me writing my music, man. I'm like, I'm a perfectionist, OCD, like I said. So I'm like, I don't know if you ever seen The Monk. You ever seen The Monk? They showed The Monk. He's like a detective and he's like fucking OCD and he has to have like shit a certain. Yeah, I'm like that when it comes to my music. So like that best describes that, if it's the best interpretation of me and being isolated. So yeah. Like I said, I've been through a lot of pain stuff, a lot of trauma in my life. I mean, just my life is literally a movie. Like I'm definitely gonna make a movie. All like 50 Cent made a movie about his life. Curtis Jackson, Eminem, like 8 Mile. I'm definitely gonna make a CTG RRED movie. literally my life is a movie, man. I've been through so much. Beat 2 life sentences, trafficking charges, been shot 6 times, died, came back, been stabbed in prison 7 times. I mean, I've been through so much, as a kid. A lot of stuff that I mean, if you listen to my music, you'll hear it. I just don't want to relive all that shit. Like, my music is my safe zone. It's like a way for me to like express myself and the things that I've been through without judgment and without, I don't know. Some people like go to counselors and counseling and stuff like that and will talk to somebody about it. Me, it's like I talk through my music. So instead of me like sitting here and telling you everything I've been through, you just gotta go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it comes to themes, like everything that you've been through, everything that you've been through, I've been through times 1,000. Like, I know what you all are going through. You listen to my music, you're gonna see, like, you can literally, anybody can relate to my music. I mean, like, there's 1,000 different scenarios of things that I've been through that just, like, anybody, a street nigga, that fucking nerd in school, because I've been that, getting bullied, shooting, stabbing, having to survival, being versatile, making it, losing it all, and then getting it all back, living luxurious, literally being homeless. I mean, I've been through it all, so that, like, all that shit's in my music. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can relate to it. To be honest with you, those are the themes though, like the highs and lows of life, and then surviving, just being heard. You know, I think that every artist starting out faces that. And then I deal with a lot of hate. You know, a lot of people know a showcase that I did with a particular promoter, and there was just a lot of ignorance and stuff like that, man. And I don't really pay attention to it because I know my potential, I know my talent, and I don't really let it affect me, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I do this for me. I don't do it for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I do it for my fans, and I do it for me. I don't really care what anybody else thinks, to be honest with you. I used to be one of the people that cared what people thinks, and I realized that you don't excel in life and that you just be literally depressed if you care every single day what people think about you. You know what I'm saying? So, the biggest thing that I had to struggle with really is caring what people think. The marketing and stuff like that, that's coming along. Like, I'm literally learning every single day about music and how to progress. So like, it's just really like a learning phase for me. And I'm one of the people that don't give up. So like, that's another thing that I learned. Like, as far as my business too, like, you have to literally be motivated. You have to literally like, you got to put your all into it. You can't give up. You got to take risk. You know what I'm saying, to get reward. So like, you gotta want it. And I want it. So if you don't though, if you get comfortable, then you're never gonna excel. So I always make myself uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I always say like, okay, I'm not happy with, 30,000 followers. I'm not happy with, this many likes. I'm not happy with, this much engagement. So it's just all about, to me, just being heard. And I guess, music changes every single year. There's something different. I mean, Sexy Red back in 2010 would have been laughed at. You know what I'm saying? But like now, like that type of drill music is like literally popping right now. So like, it's like certain things you got to modernize yourself. And with me being 31, you know what I'm saying, I got to keep up with people that's, younger than me and stuff like that. And like, I was incarcerated for, a decent amount of time, and then coming out and, learning like different phases and like different styles of music and trying to adapt to it and still not lose my actual sound and my style. That's like probably the biggest challenge, to be honest with you. Yeah. The next goals for my career is to grow my fan base, you know, statewide, nationally, internationally, um, to get signed. I don't know any artist that doesn't want to get signed. Other than Big X the Plug, I mean, like there's some independent artists that have made it, but they still have like some kind of endorsements. But everyone's goal is to get signed because labels have more resources and financial backing. You know what I'm saying, for you to get more promo and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm pretty well off right now, but I would love to not have to use all of my money to get heard and to get out there and to get feats and stuff like that. So especially major feats, and they just got more resources, man. But I'm definitely learning the game. My knowledge, I want to gain more knowledge in the next couple years, and that's pretty much about it. Like just work on image and stuff like that. When people listen to my music, I want them to be and feel like relatable, and to know that there's other ways out than expressing yourself, other than just grabbing the stick, filling the mag, and just emptying that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? Or just popping 1,000 pills and taking yourself to wherever the fuck you go after this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through all of those thoughts in my head, and I used to be a crash out, and I used to be depressed and have suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. So, I want people to take into consideration, and think that when they listen to my music, that there's other ways to express yourself other than than just doing the drastic. You know what I'm saying? So. The most memorable collab is coming up. So me and Fat Mac, we got 2 songs on the way. Be ready for it. We got PTSD, um, and then we got something else in the vault. I'm not gonna tell you what it is just yet, but you guys already kind of heard like a little glimpse of PTSD. So that's coming. Definitely gonna fucking turn the streets up for sure, for sure. I've already told y'all I ain't just no rapper or stuff like that. Like I'm really a rock star for real. So um, that's like a lot of people hear that in my music. I'm very versatile, but I'm open to everything though. Like I like country, I like rock, I like hip hop, I like rap, I like classic, I like everything. So um, in the years to come, you might hear me do a country song or something like that. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the future holds just yet. So, we'll see. I want to be remembered the best to fucking ever do it. I want to be remembered as, definitely in the top 5 for sure. I think everybody does, but I know I got the talent and I know I got the dedication. So I definitely want to go down as like, one of the top artists for sure, for sure. I want to have like a couple Grammys. I want some plaques on my wall. I definitely want to be remembered for sure. I want to be one of the ones that, you know, people are still singing my shit like, 100 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, like Mariah Carey and every Christmas, everybody's singing that shit. I want to be that one that everybody's still like banging my shit like 100 years from now and shit. So the songs that I think that I'm most excited for people to hear, uh, there's, all of them for real. But like, if I just had to sit there and pick and choose, Wonderland is a great song. Like it literally gives you a background of everything. It's very versatile. It's got different genres in it. You know what I'm saying? It's really appeasing to like different audiences. It gives you like a really good backdrop of my life. Um, Also, my song with Fat Mac, PTSD, Gangsta Bougie. Um, Everybody's really fucked up about Gangsta Bougie already. It's been played on the radio. It still hasn't been released yet, but I've got it played on the radio like 3 times. Yeah, those 3 right there are probably the top 3. Used to Cut. It's really, 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 really versatile. Um, that's a banger for sure. Uh, there's a lot of songs to be honest with you. I'm excited for everybody to hear. But those are definitely like my top. And then Motion, that's my top five for sure. Used to Cut, Motion, Gangsta Bougie, PTSD, um, and then Wonderland for sure. So my best day and my worst day is actually the same day. Crazy. So my best and worst day, the same exact day. I was actually on my way to sign. It was like a $50,000 contract. I forget. It was somewhere around there. That ballpark. But that day, I got shot 6 times at a gas station. Uh, Not gonna give all the details and stuff like that. But long story short, I got shot 6 times. Um, I died that day, and I was revived that day. Everybody asked me like, "What did you see when you died?" Nothing. I seen nothing. I literally died. I guess I was dead for like 3 minutes or something like that. Legally dead. They revived me in the EMS, and then I went to surgery. My lung was punctured, uh, and I take Percocets every day for the pain. I still got all the bullets in me. They didn't remove any bullets. We got a lawsuit pending right now on Baptist South uh, for a number of reasons. But yeah, that was the best day and worst day of my life, and probably one of the most painful days of my life. You would think that it would be the day I got shot, right? But it's actually not though. My craziest moment, I was actually trafficking drugs from Tennessee to Florida. Um, you probably seen that at the beginning of this video. Uh, the little news clip and everything like that. I was trafficking like a large amount of drugs and shit, and I got pulled over like literally for no reason, which is why I beat the case. They violated my Fourth Amendment rights. But long story short, though, like they pulled me over, and when they pulled me over, like the officer came up to my window and was like, didn't even ask me for my license registration. Was just like, "Do you have anything in the car?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh man, they already know what's up." So I felt like I got set up, which is what happened. But when they came to the car and asked me that, I knew it was up. Then she said they're gonna bring a K9 unit, and I just fucking took the fuck off. Went on a high speed chase. They said Spike strips up. Uh, I ended up fucking riding on rims, like sparks flying behind this shit. And I ended up fucking like, fuck it, I'm just gonna goddamn crash this bitch in the ditch and try to, hop out and run. So I hit the ditch and that bitch flipped. I tried to jump out with the goddamn backpack on my goddamn fucking, you feel me? So like, I tried to hop out and that bitch flipped right on my goddamn leg. And I was like staring at my fucking ankle, like my fucking leg just snapped. So I'm caught in that bitch. And the whole time that it happened, I ain't even feel no pain or none of that shit. Like, I'm just like looking at my ankle. Them motherfuckers drew down on my ass. They goddamn bust their goddamn window open and shit. Pistol was laying right here beside me and shit. Only thing I was thinking of was like, do I go out with a bang? Like, this, you feel me? Like, I already knew I was finna get the shit telling time and shit like that. So, like, I'm like, man, fuck it, man. I'm looking at like 2 life sentences, like, and I mean, anybody can look this shit up. And then, they're like, man, they're like, I'm like, man, fuck it, it's over with. I tried to reach for that bitch, and the whole fucking time, my fucking ankle, my leg caught up under the fucking vehicle and shit. I couldn't even reach the gun and shit. They came over there, fucking goddamn picked that bitch up, threw that bitch, and I was just fucking talking shit the whole time to their ass. Goddamn, I was reaching around. They talking about they gonna shoot me and shit. I'm like, fuck it, shoot me, fuck it, bitch. My life over with anyway. Fuck it, to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? I lit the black up and shit. I started smoking and shit in their face and shit. But I battled that case for like 2 years, took that shit to trial, ended up beating that shit. But yeah, that shit was crazy though. What's up, Wolfpack? It's CTG RRED. I'm here with Rap Sardines. We just wrapped that interview up. It was popping right. I already know it. Anyway, make sure you guys follow my IG, CTG RRED. That's CTG RRED. And make sure you guys follow my channel. Anybody can join my channel. Anybody could be a member. I'm not sure if it's open for replies and stuff like that right now, but we do cash giveaways. I'm talking about Cash App giveaways. I'm doing challenges. I'm talking about twerk contests for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Open verses for the guys. So make sure that you guys follow my channel, man. I'm doing real Cash App giveaways. Ain't no bullshit. It's real Cash App giveaways. So make sure you guys follow that channel. Make sure you guys stream my music. If it hasn't dropped by now, it will be soon. So make sure you guys do that right there, man. Wolfpack, CTG RRED out. All right. Black!